All right, it's time for What's Up and About for a Thursday. And yeah, we have a powerful conversation coming your way. See what I did there?
Power, yeah,
Power,
I get it.
Power. Yeah. Forgive me.
For the cheese.
The issue is we're laughing, but it's not actually funny at all.
Well, it's been fun for some people.
The average business owner trying to do business in Lagos, any type of business that needs power, whether it's for blending, for packaging,
business needs power. Because even if it doesn't, when you're done, if it's a craft, when you want to go back home to relax, you need that power to cool you down.
Even while you're doing that business, there's no way you don't need power.
Exactly, you do.
Yeah, wow.
Let me give you one very, very relative instance. Now, I realized that my blood pressure has been up only because of the power situation in Lagos. Honestly, it's a true story, my story. So I've been keeping tabs on it. I have to because I have a condition. So only since the start of this year when the power situation has gotten worse.
Okay. Wow. Really?
Yeah.
So when there's no light, you have high BP?
Because you're calm, you're everything. You've got your air conditioning, you're fine.
Wow. I get it.
When the gen is on, I'm not so calm.
Yeah. So the noise.
I can understand.
The
The noise is one.
Yeah.
The number two is, it's almost like I feel like, oh, look, if I just sleep off, something could happen and I'm not awake.
To turn it off.
To ensure that it's okay. So it's like when the gen is on, look, you know, it's like, okay, so this is all under my control.
Yeah.
You have to ensure. So there's that.
Yeah.
You understand?
Unease.
By the way,
we're coming off of the situation that we spoke about from earlier. Abia State has 24-hour light now, at least for the past 3 days.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Governor Alex Uti, if I'm not mistaken, has been doing some good job there.
Yeah, but this project has been on for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, long before Uti. So,
but,
you know, it so happens that when something happens like this, we praise the incumbent.
Yeah.
He has just been there for, what, 1 year? But this was long before Alex Uti.
At least...
So... long before him.
Some credit to be given for continuity.
For continuity. But
you were going to tell a story about the Lagos instance.
Yes, so the issue is, I first of all want to say the average Nigerian is extremely resilient. And there are still multi-millionaires in Nigeria despite this issue of power. I try to imagine a Nigeria where we had 24 hours power. Imagine how powerful this nation would actually be. True. How much money, how much influence Nigerian business owners will actually have all over the world if we had that, just that 24 hours power. Imagine how good it would be. There's a lady who started a dried fruits business. This was about 10 years ago. And she came on the radio while I was on radio, and she came to come and talk about the fact that she's a business based in Nigeria, but she has to go out of the country to do the drying and the packaging.
She has to go to Benin Republic?
No, she had to go she said she went to Ghana.
Oh my goodness.
Because rent in Ghana apparently, as at that time, was more affordable than Lagos or anywhere else, and there was power. And so she's now bringing these things into the country. It's still more affordable for her, it was as at that time, than doing it in Lagos or anywhere else in Nigeria because of all the other issues she was having. Now, this woman has been given so many awards and accolades now. And she's partnered with supermarkets, pharmacies, and all that. She brings in,
so at the end of the day, she imports
her products
back into Nigeria.
Just because of power.
This is now where the wahala, how did Naira want to take rise?
Exactly where I was going.
Where did Naira want to take rise? Let me just, so incidentally, 2 days ago, a tweet or a reply to someone's tweet from 5 years back started blowing up. And then I was wondering why is someone liking a tweet 5 years back? And then it was a response to a friend. Ibrahim Suleiman put up something, he said, it's official. The last of my 6 friends who quit jobs in the USA, 4, Denmark 1, Cyprus 1, and moved back to Nigeria between 2011 and 2013 to set up businesses here, left this morning.
Wow.
They've all folded up their businesses here and left the country again to restart.
Wow.
Again. And then I put up something on that. I said, I feel so bad. This breaks my heart. Nigeria's proof that God won't do for man what he has given him the ability to do, in spite of all the prayers. So that is where, when Abia State, when I heard Barthon Naje, the wife, when I saw that mini documentary, it was mixed emotions. I was overwhelmingly happy, first of all, that, okay, so this is actually possible. And it's not a spirit, they didn't pray, and it was not a spiritual thing, and we had one all-night prayer, and then the next morning we saw 24 hours. Like, no, It was planning.
Yeah.
It was preparation. It was judicious use of resources.
Yeah.
As expected. We had the project is over $800 million. When it comes to
Are
power,
they paying anybody back?
I don't know. When it comes to power, we've had the cases of former presidents who have spent over $16 billion. I don't know if you remember that particular case to try for power. So it's possible. That's just what I'm saying.
It's not impossible. It's actually possible. And I feel like other states need to take a cue from this. Even though it was a long time coming, it took 20 years.
Hang on a second. Wait. It's only been 3 days.
Wow.
Have we been
do you
so
have
abused?
doubts?
No, hang on.
Of course. Of course we have been.
That to experience 3 days of constant power has become something to so celebrate in this country. That gives you a measure of abuse that we've been through. I have not seen constant power for up to 2 hours in Festac in the past 6 weeks. 8 weeks now.
8 weeks, like 2 more, like in fact this year.
There was a time I calculated how much power we had in a week, and guess how many hours? 11 hours, 30 minutes for one whole week.
Okay, so I want to touch on something as well.
Okay.
In terms of population density, do you really want to compare the population density of Lagos to...
I understand.
Let's forget
if
that one.
If you start thinking of numbers and the amount of power being used in this state as opposed to Abia for now, I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm just saying in terms of calculation, calculating the amount of power needed.
For a state like Lagos, that is the center of commerce, I mean, we should be capable. Every single local government at least should be able to produce its own power. I don't know, at least have a sort of like a disco to distribute power to its constituents. That's what I believe. There should have been measures put in place if this was going to be our nerve center, our commercial nerve center. I mean, we had that in the past. The entire Muodofi actually is supposed to be an industrial estate where you're supposed to have constant power and no disruption. Right now, that's not what it is.
Go and look at global import rates and all over. Power banks, we are number one.
Yeah, sure.
Rechargeable fan.
We're number one.
I don't know if anybody imports more rechargeable fan. Then let's not even go to generators. And these are things that people in power, people who are influential, have shares, are investing in. You understand? You have the biggest generator companies. Generator companies are getting bigger, becoming more affluent. Why? We're using so much power bank. What's power bank?
One thing I would say is that things that don't sell in other parts of the world are selling here, right? It is a source of business and livelihood for some people. I'm not saying it's the right source, but some people, there's always someone making money. There's always someone making money from something. I still want to go back to the population density, the density of businesses.
Why are you talking about population?
The reason why is because they have, you said 3 days. 3 days of power in Abia State, I don't think it can be commensurate to 1 day of
It cannot. Yes, it cannot.
At least times 50.
Exactly. I'm saying it's a huge effort. It's a bigger effort for a state like Lagos.
You know what?
Why not?
I'm going to make it,
there's something you said. You said by local governments. Why not the population, whatever, it doesn't even come in.
I'm even going to make this worse, sir.
It doesn't...
10 years in the making for Abia State.
Yes.
You want to start from... I know the best time to plant a tree is today. The next best time, I mean, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday, 20 years ago. Next best time is today.
Am I going to be 50-something by the time we've got constant power in
Lagos?
Let's start. Let's start.
Wow.
Yeah. But congratulations to indigents of
Abia State. I'm moving in.
Umaya is a great place as well.
If you guys don't see me on Wake Up Nigeria next month, that is where I'm at.
I mean, they told us that we should start moving there. And for me, we need to start thinking about it.
That's a problem in itself because of the influx.
The influx.
I want to use.
Exactly, and then the pressure on the amount of power.
So for me,
let them leave Lagos.
Wow. Mazino.
For me, they need to put in measures now to ensure that that power is judiciously used and is not wasted.
True, very true.
What do you think? Are you excited for Nigeria or just Abia State? Do you have a sense of foreboding for Lagos, like Titi has noted? What is your say? Tell us. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We will be back.